Well, hello, welcome to another edition of Tightwad Todd. It is great as always to be with you, and today we are going to try to deal with a clogged sink here. Now, so if I turn the water on here in the sink, you will see that what is happening is the water is just pulling up here, and it's not draining like it should. It's got a real slow drain here, so that is going to tell me that there is a clog in the works here, and so we're going to try to see if we can do something about that. You can see it's draining very slowly, and so what I've got here as we wait for that to drain, I've got my trusty metal sink cleaner, for lack of a better term. I made this out of a hanger and just bent two 90-degree angles at either end of it. I know there's probably better things out there, but this will do the job, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, and there is on the back side of there is a the little screw-on nut that holds the back of the drain stop on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen that there, and then that will allow us to allow me to pull that out. You can see, maybe you can see where I have removed that, and that's there it is there. And so that's hanging free and looks kind of grody, actually. So I'll wipe that off. I'm sure there's more of that to come. So we will take that off, and then that's going to allow me to pull this thing up, and you can see, ooh, gross. Lots of gross stuff in there. So we're going to try to see if we can clean some of that out of there. And I'm going to get some toilet paper here while we're at it, and that will give me something to clean the mess up with. It just a lot of collected hair and just nothing pleasant about it, but it is the reality of the situation here. So we're gonna try to dislodge some of that, and I'll put it in the trash here. I've got my glove on, and that will keep my hands somewhat clean. And I want to go down in there and just kind of do a twisting motion on it to get the hair wrapped around it, because that will allow me to then remove. Goodness. There. You can see why we had a slow drain here, folks. So I feel like I've done a pretty good job, because now this thing is turning pretty freely. Not that there might not be a tiny bit somewhere else, but there's that. I'm gonna stick that over there, and maybe just, you can see this is really got a lot of stuff on it, and so actually, you know what I usually do here is I take this thing and just kind of scrape it a little bit. See, I'll scrape it over this trash can, and yikes, that will allow us to clean that a little easier, because the toilet paper was just not wiping it off there really. So we're gonna just give it a good scrape in here, and maybe this will do the job for us, huh? Yikes. See, it's on there pretty good. Just trying to clean a bit of that off there because it is really caked on there. Maybe that'll extend the life of the time before we have to do this again. But you can see how gnarly that is. And maybe just to give it a little scrape around here. Sure is easy to see where I've scraped the stuff off because it's white plastic under there. But yeah. So we're just gonna scrape that off a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it can't hurt to take a little more off there. Looks like we're making some progress there. All right. And what I'm going to do is, just brush up the bottom here a little bit, and then we'll put that back in there and see what the result is, huh? So we'll put it back in like so. A little bit of that out. Now I'm going to put the cap back on, or put this deal back here where it was. So here we go. We'll try to place that back in there. You try to make sure that it's the way you can tell if it's in there or not is by pulling, seeing if that is hooked on there. Well, there. There. Now then, let me tighten that up a little bit and see what transpires. Okay, let's see if that looks like that works. Clean that out of there. And let's see if the water drains any better. Look at there. Very good. We've got water draining yet again. So looks like it's going down pretty good. You can tell a big difference from how it was last time. So anyway, maybe you've got this issue in your house at one of your sinks, and so this is an excellent way to address it, I think. This will do the job for you. So if that's helpful, you can like and subscribe, and I will try to provide a few more useful ideas about how you can maybe save a buck or two, or just kind of some different little life hacks, as you might call them, that will allow you to get some things that are not working around the house working, and maybe that'll give you a sense of accomplishment like it sometimes does me. So anyway, hope you're doing well, and I will look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Tightwad Todd. Take care and have a great day. We'll see you later.